So we are going to now move on to the shootout between the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals. What impressed you most about the game and everything that happened there?
For me, I think definitely it was Tua and Kyler Murray, both the quarterbacks of the two teams. I'll start with Kyler Murray. I don't think we've talked about Kyler Murray much on the show, and like the Arizona Cardinals aren't really that like a team that people constantly talk about, but they have one of the best offenses in the league right now, and Kyler Murray is one of the best young quarterbacks right now playing the game. And Tua, he seems to be. He has stepped up his game from his first week as a starter a lot because I mean, the first week he came and faced like the Rams. That was always a hard game for him to face, and for his first game in the NFL. But this game against Arizona, I think they both like kind of fired all the cylinders. They played the best possible game that either of them really could play, other than the early fumble from Kyler. And because of that, like these are two teams that can be contenders if like they just add a few more pieces. I think they're just a few pieces away from being true contenders. I think Miami Dolphins, they just have their young team overall, and they just have a few growing pains that over time they can kind of like develop and they can kind of like grow into being a better team. In Arizona, I think they need to work on the running game a bit. Like with Kenny Drake out, they need to add depth in the running back, and like I don't think Chase Edmonds is that enough for our team, as well as like some improvements on defense they can make. But I think the last game we've seen between them, it shows that they both have the talent and they can be contenders in the near future.
See, I disagree. I think both QBs, are nice, like shiny new toys. They're fun to play with, but once the league figures them out, they're both gonna be busts. These guys are just running around the field. They look like running backs out here. I think Tua did make a lot of good throws. To his credit, I thought Tua surprised me a little bit in kind of the accuracy that he had. But again, I think it's just him being new to the league. That once the league figures him out, these two teams or these two QBs aren't winning Super Bowls because you don't win Super Bowls with guys that run around, scrambling, all this jazz. I think it's nice and fancy, and I think that GMs and other teams in the league have kind of seen. Look at Watson. Look at Russell Wilson. Look what happens when you have guys that scramble and run, but they don't have the same kind of arm talent, Kyler and Tua, that the other two guys possess. I think they kind of took chances. Tua going 5 and Kyler going 1, and they kind of both teams, Arizona and Miami, pinpointed kind of those guys and said, "Look, maybe we could win with these guys." I don't buy it. Those aren't QBs that you win Super Bowls with. These, I mean, they're fun to watch because when Kyler gets going sometimes and he starts running around, he's almost like Lamar last year. He's almost unstoppable. But Kyler can't throw.
Kyler's playing with young Russell Wilson right now. And Russell Wilson won Super Bowl.
The league will figure him out.
What part of his game where did you get the idea that Kyler can't throw the ball? I'm curious.
He can throw, but he can't. I don't think he can throw consistently the way he'll have to come playoff time. I don't think they have enough weapons on offense. I think they have plenty of weapons in Hopkins. You have a deep threat in Kirk. Larry Fitzgerald is still there as the veteran. He sits there in the zones. He catches whatever ball comes his way. When I watch Kyler Murray, I don't love his arm. I don't love it come playoff time. And if they make the playoffs, watch this team crumble because Kyler Murray isn't going to get down in the playoffs. Defensively, they are a little bit suspect, but you're not winning a Super Bowl with Kyler Murray as Tua as your QBs.
I swear you do.
Just like Lamar Jackson.
You say this with every sports quarter.
That's where you're going. No, Kyler and Tua, these small guys running around. You might as well put me at QB. It's not going to make a difference. These two teams are.
You say this with every young quarterback who.
I'm sorry, they are frauds. I'm not saying that about.
You say this with Lamar.
I'm not saying it about Justin Herbert because I think those two guys are the future of the league. Not the future of the league. I think they're gonna have long careers in the league, and I think they have bright futures. Kyler and Tua.
Every non-traditional quarterback.
I swear. Those are not the QBs I want. And have they won these non-traditional QBs? No, you don't win with non-traditional.
This is the second season.
Win with big guys that can throw. You win with guys like Big Ben. You win with guys like Aaron Rodgers.
Russell Wilson.
You win with guys. Russell Wilson is the norm. Sorry, not the norm. He's exception to the norm. You
Weren't
usually
you just talking about
but Russell Wilson
Kansas
can't.
City?
Russell Wilson is an exceptional thrower of the football. An
Weren't you
exceptional.
just talking about Mahomes, who was also a young quarterback who did
Yeah,
well for
Mahomes
his
is the big, strong QB. That's what, and he has incredible arm talent. That's why he won. Herbert can gun the ball downfield and he's accurate. That's what I like about Herbert. Herbert does not miss very
my
often.
argument is you're making this prediction based off a player that played like 1.5 seasons and another player who played 2 games.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit harsh on Tua, but I wouldn't want Tua as my franchise QB. That's true. I don't want a guy running around there who looks more like a running back than a quarterback. That's my issue with Tua.
Oh my goodness, he says about every quarterback that runs the ball. You just call him a running back.
There's 32 teams out there. Most of them have great QBs. So being a good thrower of the ball isn't going to make the difference come playoff time. You need that extra something, and we keep seeing it with Lamar every time he is in the playoffs, the way they choke every year, simply because once you play good defenses and you can't run the ball 20 times a game, they know how to cover you downfield. And Kyler Murray and Tua is not in the conversation for the play. Maybe they are. Miami's actually a good team this year, but in a horrible division. Thanks, New England. But that's what I think. They're both frauds.
Every time a quarterback runs,
then prove me wrong. Tell me when Lamar wins a playoff game. Tell me when one of these two wins a playoff game. Then we could come back to this conversation. But until then, I'm right on this.